Good morning. Welcome to the Mattawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020 in-person promotion ceremony. Before we honor the MAMS Class of 2020, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize some of the many stakeholders of the Mattawan Aberdeen Regional School District that have played a part in your child's educational journey. President of the Board of Education, Ms. Allison Friedman. Vice President of the Board of Education, Ms. Randy Moore. Board of Education members, Ms. Annette Ascoli, Mr. Kevin Ahern, Mr. Raymond Britton, Ms. Tara Martinez, Mr. John Montone, Ms. Kizzy Osborne, and Ms. Shari Whalen. I'd also like to thank the members of our two township councils, led by Township of Aberdeen Mayor, Mr. Fred Tagliarini, and Borough of Mattawan Mayor, Mr. Joseph Altamonte. I'd also like to recognize and thank our police departments in both Mattawan and Aberdeen, led by Chief of Police for Aberdeen, Rick Darahila, and our Mattawan Chief of Police, Mr. Thomas Falco. And finally, members of our district administration, led by our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Joseph Micah, Assistant Superintendent of Special Services, Ms. Nolita Perez, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. John Bombardier, Director of Curriculum Instruction, Dr. Alfred Rawls, Director of Technology, Ms. Mona Tobia, Director of Personnel, Mr. Michael Liebman, School Business Administrative Board Secretary, Mr. Alex Ferrara, and my two assistant principals, Mr. Richard Abrahamson and Ms. Tynesha Douglas. Thank you all for your guidance and support in these unprecedented and challenging times. It's greatly appreciated. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank and recognize our maintenance and custodial team under the direction of Mr. Adam Nasser for everything that they have done to make today happen. I'd also like to thank the other Mike Wells, Mr. Cadillac Mike Wells, for providing our sound system today. At this time, please rise and join me as we welcome the Mattawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020. Please welcome Colin Petrogani, Student Council President, to the podium to lead us in the salute to the flag. I kindly ask that you remain standing for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. Please be seated. Parents, guardians, friends, and family, and of course, the members of the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School class of 2020. It wasn't easy, but we did it. Thank you for joining us today as we gather to celebrate 3 years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication that have brought you to this day. Before I turn it back over to Colin, I want to take this opportunity to simply say thank you. Thank you to the MAMS class of 2020 for joining me in this challenging but exciting journey. What you have accomplished over the last few months has been nothing less than extraordinary. Thank you to all the teachers, instructional assistants, counselors, and support staff that have provided you with a quality education filled with challenges, opportunities, and encouragement. You were challenged with developing and launching a virtual education platform in less than 24 hours, and you did it. And finally, thank you to all the parents and guardians for your unwavering guidance and support, especially during the last few months. I know it hasn't been easy on many of you as you have taken on the role of teacher overnight. I'm not going to lie, this has definitely been one of the craziest years in my educational career. And for that, you, the MAMS class of 2020, will always have a special place in my heart. I know that this is not how you envision your 8th grade year to end, but you have risen to the challenge. You've taken on a new way of learning. For that, I can truly say you are future ready. At this time, please welcome back our Student Council President, Colin Petrogani, to the podium as we begin your 8th grade promotion ceremony. Colin?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 2019-2020 Matawan Aberdeen Middle School graduation ceremony. My name is Colin Petrogani, and I speak before you on our graduation day, concluding this academic year as your Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Student Council President. I'm extremely honored to be speaking during this momentous experience. I'd like to recognize the Board of Education, Central Office leaders, the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School staff and administration, Mr. Wells, Ms. Douglas, Mr. Abrahamson, parents and families, peers, and everyone listening at this time. Thank you for all of your cooperation, kindness, and support during these past 3 years. Our time at middle school has been fantastic. When we entered middle school, I think it's safe to say we were all pretty nervous. But through the guidance of our teachers and peers, we made it all the way through our graduation day. We all learned so much academically, and equally as important, we also learned a lot about ourselves. Think of it this way. When you arrived on the doorsteps of MAMS back in 2017, we are much smaller than we are today, both emotionally and, well, physically. As we grow older, we figured out what our hobbies are, who our friends are, and what our individual strengths are, what we value, and now we figured out where we're going next. We accomplished a lot this year as 8th graders, possibly more than any 8th grade class before us. After enjoying our time together during the first 2 marking periods of our final chapter at MAMS, suddenly everything changed. No other 8th grade class before us can say that they've experienced what we succeeded through. This school year has been the most unique one yet, and we, along with the graduating Matawan Regional High School seniors, are feeling our time spent apart from one another, at home and loose. We're the first group of graduates to leave school one day, not realizing that we wouldn't see each other as one large group again, but we're also the first group of graduates to succeed despite this. We're the first group of graduates to know what virtual learning really means, and we're the first group of graduates to find a way to connect despite the disconnection. While virtual learning may be the thing that stands out the most from 8th grade right now, we must remember the innumerable amount of tremendous tasks we've accomplished before this change in our lives. As Student Council President, I can say with certainty that our graduating class made sure we helped those in need. For example, during our November food drive, and we made sure to raise awareness and make donations to cancer research. We made sure to be charitable and to raise each other's spirits whenever we could, whether it be through a spirit day itself or simply saying hello to someone looking down in the hallway. On March 12th, we unknowingly said our goodbyes, but for us, luckily, it's not over. We still have an amazing 4 years left to reunite, to come back stronger than ever, and to do our best to continue finding ourselves individually and collectively as we head to high school. We must remember that we still have 4 years left to go. We'll be back. Whether we're going to Matawan Regional, Red Bank Catholic, St. John's, or somewhere else, we'll always have each other. Some of us already figured out what we hope our life paths will come to be, and some of us haven't, and that's okay. I just want you to remember, though, that it's okay to take risks, to take a chance. In fact, I encourage this. As we graduate MAMS, we embark on a new chapter, a fresh start. After graduation, if you put forth all your effort, anything is possible for you. Anything. I like to look at our future as the layout of a roller coaster. On your way to the top, it's smooth sailing, but once you get to the peak of the ride, things can be unpredictable, in good and bad ways. But if you can find a way to enjoy it, you'll have fun and appreciate the ride all the way through. Remember that when you get on a roller coaster, you don't look forward to the ride's conclusion. You want to enjoy the ups and downs. So when you're out there in life taking new risks, don't just look towards meeting your end goal. Remember to enjoy the entire path, the entire process, the ups and downs. At this time, I'd like to introduce my classmate and our president of the National Junior Honor Society, Esther Filson, to provide us with some reflections on our experiences here at Matawan Aberdeen Middle School. Thank you.
After 3 years, we did it. We got through middle school. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to speak to all of you today. So many of us will look at this as the end of the story, rather than the end of a chapter. But before we go on and turn the page, let's look back at everything that's brought us to this point. Because in this case, it's not about how far you'll go, but instead it's about how far you've come. 1,095 days ago, we walked into Matawan Aberdeen Middle School, and I can assure you we're not the same people walking out. And that's because everyone's story was different, everyone's experience unique to them. Yet in a way, we're all so similar. It's because in a way, we were all always in this together. Whether it was waiting in excitement at Six Flags while the judges made their final decisions, or sitting on a bus on the way to the UN, meeting up with a friend to work on a project, or inviting someone new to sit at your table, drumming along to music on the bus to Dorney Park, or waiting outside for the front doors to open. One thing we have in common is we started it together. We came in 6th grade, eyes wide open, ready to experience and achieve amazing things. We started 7th grade, finally over the excitement of being in middle school. And finally, 8th grade, the climax, or really, the finale of our journey in our lives. The year we've all been dreaming about since we started middle school. But I don't think any of us could have ever imagined it ending this way. Sitting down to write this speech, I realized just how unusual the situation we're in is. I also realized that we have a unique opportunity to make new memories and show just how much we've learned. We've shown citizenship by being there for one another and helping others adjust to this situation. We've demonstrated leadership by taking charge and staying positive through social media and participating in virtual events. We've expanded our scholarship by continuing to learn and grow on an online-based platform. We've gone above and beyond on our assignments and kept up with our grades. We've proven we can serve our community by striving to give back to it. And finally, we've strengthened our character by being able to adapt to changes. We haven't backed down or given up. Instead, we faced these challenges head-on. And it's not in spite of these challenges, but because of them, that we've become the people we are today. Ready to face any challenge, and whatever should come next, our time at MAMS has prepared us to succeed. We've gone through adversity and come out on top each time. And we have our MAMS family to thank for this. Our teachers, administrators, aides, and parents that have helped us along the way. It's comforting to know that we'll always have a home at MAMS, because we know, once a Husky, always a Husky. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Don Baumbitter, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, for his message to the class of 2020.
Good morning. I have the pleasure of welcoming you to Matawan Aberdeen Middle School's 2020 promotion ceremony. I'm sure each of you are as happy as we are to be able to recognize and honor our graduates in an in-person, face-to-face setting as we are here today. As we think back to the beginning of the school year, none of us could have imagined the unique situations and the challenges that we would be facing in this unprecedented time. Milestones such as today's 8th grade promotion provide an opportunity for you to reflect, to learn, and to grow. We ask that you think about who you are as a person and who you want to be. We ask that you think about what you are passionate about and how you can have a positive effect on those around you. We ask that you find your why, set your goals, develop a plan, and do the work to get there. And remember, you have many people standing ready to support you along the way. And while there may be obstacles, use these situations as a learning opportunity and try not to make the same mistake twice. During the next 4 years and beyond, you will be in situations and environments that will measure the true test of your character. We challenge you to meet and interact with people outside of your circle, because you never know which connection will lead you to a new and unexpected place in your life. Always remember that differences are what make each of us unique and special. Tolerance, acceptance, inclusivity are important qualities to remember as you embark on your high school journey and beyond. It's our individual differences that make our school district a safe place for teaching and learning and a culturally diverse learning environment. Resiliency and perseverance. These are the two characteristics that each of the 8th graders sitting here today have embodied during this past school year, and particularly in the past 4 months. Each of you have faced new challenges head-on with an eye toward the future, knowing in your hearts that this global health pandemic is only temporary. And with the unyielding commitment and support of your parents, teachers, and administrators, you have excelled in spite of these obstacles and that have been placed in your path to success. Although change can sometimes be scary, we encourage you to embark on your high school career with excitement, curiosity, and a mind toward the future. We challenge you to move out of your comfort zone and tackle new and unfamiliar situations with zest and vigor, keeping an open mind to the possibilities, even if you think you have it all figured out. In closing, I want to leave you with a quote from Maya Angelou that has always resonated with me personally and professionally. At the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or did. They will remember how you made them feel. Thank you and congratulations, Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Bombardier. At this time, I would like to honor and recognize students in the MAMS Class of 2020 for their academic excellence. Though we know that all students are capable of outstanding achievement, the following groups of students deserve special recognition for placing themselves in a class that distinguishes them from the rest of their peers. Would the members of the National Junior Honor Society please stand to be recognized? Standing before you are some of the 43 students in the MAMS class of 2020 who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, character, and citizenship, paving their way for acceptance into the National Junior Honor Society. They have been active members of their school community while maintaining a weighted grade point average of 3.8 or higher. Please join me as we honor this group with a round of applause. Would the recipients of the President's Award for Academic Excellence please stand to be recognized? This award recognizes the top 30 students in the MAMS class of 2020 who have earned the prestigious distinction of academic excellence for earning the highest weighted grade point average at the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School. This is quite an accomplishment, and students will be presented with their certificates signed by the President of the United States. Please join me as we honor these students with a round of applause. Our next award will be presented to this year's salutatorian, the student with the second highest weighted grade point average of the entire 8th grade class. During her 3-year career at Matawan Aberdeen Middle School, Gabrielle Ali has amassed a 4.480 weighted grade point average. Gabby has been an active member of the MAMS community, serving on numerous clubs and activities during her time at the middle school. Gabby will be attending Biotechnology High School in the fall, a dream she says she has had since the 5th grade. Please join me in congratulating this year's salutatorian, Ms. Gabrielle Ali. Our final academic award this afternoon will be the valedictorian. This award is given to the student with the highest weighted grade point average of the 332 students in the MAMS class of 2020. Jack Sassa has amassed a 4.533 weighted grade point average during his 3 years at MAMS. Jack was a two-sport athlete and recipient of the Maroon and Steel Award for cross country. Additionally, Jack was an active member in the National Junior Honor Society and began tutoring this year as part of our academic assistant program. The hard work and dedication that Jack has put into his academics should serve as a model for us all. Jack will be attending the STEM Academy at Matawan Regional High School in the fall. Please join me in congratulating this year's valedictorian, Mr. Jack Sassa.
Good morning, MAMS class of 2020. I am truly honored to receive this award and cannot thank my teachers and classmates enough. Before I start, I would like to congratulate everyone on making it here today, especially with the way we've been learning the past few months. I know it has not been easy with everything that is going on in the world right now. We have all been so resilient. For myself, and I'm sure for most of you, staying focused and motivated to complete assignments during virtual learning was the biggest challenge. This made me realize how important teachers are to us. When we're in the classroom, they do an excellent job of keeping us on task, and that became very noticeable once we started learning from home. On that note, I would like to thank all the teachers for being flexible, understanding, and always willing to help during this time. Even though our circumstances were unprecedented, you all figured out a way to be there for us. And we can't forget our parents who also supported us through this challenging time. Today is an important day because it marks the ending of one chapter and the start of a new one in our lives. Before we know it, we'll be through high school and off to college. But before we look ahead to our future, let's reflect on our past. Many of us started out together in kindergarten, trying to remember our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and perhaps hardest of all, just trying to sit still. As elementary school progressed, we learned how to add and subtract those numbers and started putting together letters to spell actual words. Then things really picked up. We were on to multiplication and division, reading full books, and even writing paragraphs. Moving on to Lloyd Road, we gained even more momentum, writing essays, plotting graphs, and who could forget our first park test. Once we graduated Lloyd Road, MAMS became a whole new experience. Between imagining what it would be like to switch classes throughout the day, along with worrying about navigating the overpacked hallways, I, as well as many of my classmates I am sure, initially had mixed feelings about middle school. As time went on though, we adjusted to our new environment, an environment that we all began to grow and thrive in. The schedule of switching classes led to new friendships and made the learning experience much more enjoyable. Events like Battle of the Classes and the Hunger Games kept us engaged in our school spirit, and just the overall atmosphere of school made it an enjoyable place to come to every day. However, during our time at middle school, we've also learned things that weren't related to academics, such as having better social skills and being more responsible. But although these were important, our best memories from middle school are made up of the small things. For me, the scariest part of 6th grade was learning how to use a locker. In 7th grade, I learned that I could procrastinate until the last minute and still complete a project. And this year, I learned to walk fast enough to get from Italian on the far side of the 7th grade wing to my locker by the art room, and then around the corner and down the stairs to science in just 4 minutes. In addition, many of us also have memories that were made outside of MAM's 4 walls. For me, as well as many of you, athletics were a major part of my middle school experience. For others, clubs and activities played a significant role in their time at MAMS. In that regard, I would also like to thank the teachers who put in extra time to be coaches and advisors. Whether it was stealing a base, scoring a goal, or even taking a bow at the end of the spring musical, these middle school highlights have helped shape the people we've become. The relationships we have built with others have led to friendships that we have today. I would like to share with you 2 important lessons I have learned as an athlete. One is to always try your best, and 2 is to not put too much pressure on yourself. I learned that even when I lost a game, as long as I tried my best, I was satisfied knowing that I did all I could. This outlook especially helped me when I applied to the high technology high school. Just a few months ago, I took their entry exam and thought I was well prepared. A month later, I found out that I was not accepted to go there. Of course, I was bummed that I was denied, but it didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would because I knew that I had tried to the best of my ability to do well. Although success did not come for me this time, I can promise you that if you try your best and keep stepping up to the plate, eventually you will hit one out of the park. In sports, there were some times where I put so much pressure on myself to succeed that it took the fun out of the game. So when it comes to high school, or really anything in life, my advice to you is to take pride in everything you do by putting forth your best effort and to not stress too much over things. Now that we've reached the end of middle school, we're soaring. It's time to look ahead to our future. Each and every one of you has come a long way, and I know that you will continue to persevere. The best years of our lives are ahead of us, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things you all do. Keep flying high and have a great summer.
Thank you, Jack. How about one more round of applause for Ms. Gabrielle Ali and Mr. Jack Sack. I would now like to welcome the 2019 Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Teacher of the Year, Ms. Helen Biebel, to the podium to recognize 2 very deserving students for the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020 Citizenship Award.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. When the 2 names are read, we'd ask that you please stand so that we can acknowledge. We'd like to give the Citizenship Award to 2 outstanding students who display the following attributes: participate in school and community service, show a positive attitude towards classmates, school, and community, display an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibility, possess strength of character and courage to do what is right, promote citizenship with their school, their community through all activities. For these, we are happy to present Esther Fasu and Catherine Brown with the Citizenship Award.
Thank you, Ms. Biebel, and congratulations to Catherine and Esther. This is quite an honor. At this time, will the candidates for the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Promotional Diploma please rise? That's you. Board of Education President Friedman and Superintendent Micah, I am honored to present to you the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020. I hereby certify that those students standing before you have fulfilled both state and local requirements for middle school promotion. I respectfully request at the conclusion of our ceremony that the honorable members of the Board of Education bestow upon these graduates the diploma of the Matawan Aberdeen Middle School. Graduates, I am honored to stand before you today as your principal. I ask of you but one thing as you leave today. Make us proud. I wish each and every one of you much success in the future that stands before you. While we may all go our separate ways, you will always be a member of our Husky family. And remember, it's always a great day to be a Husky. Thank you. Will the first row of students please remain standing? The calling of the names this afternoon will be performed by Ms. Helen Beaver.
Colin Petrignani. Esther Fasu. Gabrielle Ali. Jack Sassa. Sandra Abdelmali. Melanie Abawardana. Adam Aldendi. Diary Alston. Brianna Amandor. Aiden Anthony. Angel Applegate. Riley Aversa. Tiana Baker. Anna Bulbasaur. Eva Marie Barretto. Alexandra Bastaros. Andrew Battapaglia. Thomas Pepper. Peter Medios. Angelina Bongiovanni. Morgan Boutet. Emma Boyce. Dylan Bramersky. Catherine Brown. Natalie Brown. Madeline Bruno. Nicholas Bazinski. Christopher Bursack. Miles Bird Rice. Madison Bird Rice. Logan Camano. Maverick Kakas. Sienna Kakas. Sophia Camerano. Emily Camarada. Ava Cameo. Alexandria Computero. Brianna Computero. John Carlo Cardona. Faith Carhart. Cadence Carter. Salvatore Casano. Adriana Cecilianois. Lucia Chance. Melanie Shulandarat. Colin Teachill. Justin Chen. Audrey Hudcavage. Colin Clare. Damian Claudy. John Clifton. Kimberly Codispati. Matthew Cole. Christina Collins. Christopher Considine. Cameron Cooper. Shane Corbett. Tyler Correa. Matthew Provo. Nicole Cruz. Gianna Marie D'Angelo. Alexis Cicillo. Tyler David. Marisol De Leon. Kirlise Del Val. Shaquille Dennis. Jeremiah Dennis. Megan Devaney. Liliana De Palmer. Mike DiPietro. Angelina Donahue. Daniel Dowd. Alexandria Duran. Jason Ellis. Nina El Shazli. Gianna Emma. Julian Facchini. Brandon Falco. Sajay Farhan. Giovanni Finachero. Peyton Forinacci. Brianna Fountain. Jerome Fincillo Brown. Jake Frappier. Marissa Frederick. Amber French. Eric Friedman. Ethan Frenier. Juliana Fry. Sophia Furr. Christopher Galasso. Brian Charles Gagneron. Taylor Coren. Perla Garcia. Amira Gaylord. Andrew Gandy. Sienna Gomez. Elizabeth Graham. Jalissa Green. Hunter Green. Isabella Gregara. Eden Habib. Jasmine Grinberg. Sydney Hamilton. Sean Hart. Thomas Haystreet. Ryan Healy. Christopher Height. Chase Henriksen. Emily Hernandez Rojas. Allison Hiley. Miguel Hill. Kira Huggins. Aiden Hunt. Lauren Hines. Emily Jones. Georgia Jones. Kevin Jordan. Ryan Key. Nicholas Kerr. Masha Kayanko. Ibrahim Khalid Ramadan. Akib Khan. Maya King. Abigail Clam. Jacqueline Cobseed. Mark Kovac. Elena Prayer. Elise Johan. Layla Hassan. Adil John Balad.
Students, please rise. President Friedman, members of the Mattawan Aberdeen Regional School District, Board of Education, and Superintendent Micah, I present to you the class that made history, the Mattawan Aberdeen Middle School Class of 2020.
go!